According to Indeed.com, a high performer is someone who goes above and beyond to achieve their goals and complete their tasks or assignments at work. This type of person takes initiative and they focus on improving their habits and workplace behaviors so that the company or team benefits from their actions. They are considerate team players, and their superiors and colleagues can count on them. You are reliable. But I love the first line, and I think it summarizes a lot of what a high performer is. And it's probably pretty self-explanatory what a high performer is. However, I like this wording right here: someone who goes above and beyond to achieve their goals and complete their tasks or assignments at work. Now, not every leader necessarily functions as a high performer, and that's okay. Everybody has different leadership styles. However, for me, I can feel when I'm not performing to a high degree, at a high level, or according to my own potential. Now, there are different seasons that there will be some ebb and flow, and your rhythm's going to change as far as what you're able to get done. It doesn't mean that you're not a high performer, because I've always considered myself, at least had a great value of performing at a high degree, trying to go above and beyond my expectation. It's just in me to do so. And I feel like it is for you as well. And as I'm studying this, and I'm going to give you 10 keys today, I felt as if I always tried to aim toward these. Now, I hadn't always hit them flawlessly. Of course, in leadership, you work through a lot of personal flaws, a lot of professional flaws, of course, and there's still a lot to be worked out. And that's why I really enjoy these sessions on Monday morning, starting the week with this with you, because it creates this incredible awareness. It cultivates and fosters this awareness in us. That way we can go into this week focusing on the topic that was just discussed in the Leadership Lounge. That's why I oftentimes give a full disclaimer, and I say, hey, for many of you, if not all of you, these teachings might not be incredibly revelatory or mind-blowing, although I do hope to share things that you might not know or be aware of. And of course, I want to give you new things, of course. However, the point of the Leadership Lounge, other than community and other than encouragement, it's to, again, foster this great awareness. So it gets in your mind, and throughout the week, you're seeing your professional endeavors through this lens. Okay, so let's jump into today, 10 keys of a high performer. Number one, a high performer has positivity. Positivity. We talked about the power of positivity not too long ago. Okay, a high-performing leader is one who is optimistic, one who knows how to see the glass half full and not only gets lost and discouraged on the reality that the glass is half empty. An optimistic leader, a positive leader, a leader who is full of hope, a leader who is magnetizing by the way of their positivity. I believe a high-performing leader. Now, I'm not just giving you leadership qualities. Okay, I want us to understand that. I'm not just giving us characteristics of a leader, although a lot of these are part of characteristics of a general leader. These specifically, I sat down and thought, what 10 keys do I believe a high performer has? Okay, so positivity. I believe a high-performing leader is a positive leader, okay? Optimistic, full of hope. Number two, focus. Focus. That's the second key, not secondary, but second key of a high-performing leader. Knows how to start a task by the way of initiative and complete a task. It's not someone who goes wide and thin in all their endeavors and actually moves nothing forward. It's someone who knows how to start a thing and complete a thing. Someone who knows how to focus and lock in and have a focus that separates them from maybe just a managing leader. Okay. I think a lot of our productivity is truly hindered by our lack of focus. Not that you don't have the skill set, not that you don't have the wisdom, but oftentimes it's a matter of focus. Now, maybe there are some things we can do simply practically to assist with focus. Like even now, I'm being distracted a little bit because this is my home office and my dogs are in the other room having a play day, it seems. So it's pulling my attention. So I might ought to do these sessions in another office. However, a high performing leader knows how to focus. Okay. Number 3, decisiveness. Decisiveness. Someone who knows how to be swift, how to be sharp, light on their feet, decisive, make decisions. I lean on the side of probably making too many decisions. And oftentimes I have to maybe pick myself up a little bit and then run a different direction. However, I'm not too mad at that style because that style has worked for me. Now, that's not everybody's style. And there is a time of applying discernment and asking wisdom what wisdom should do. But I love when we're able to make a decision, because I believe at the point of a decision, everything changes. So decisiveness, a high-performing leader knows how to make a decision. So don't just sit on something forever for the sake of sitting on it. If you are weighing options and it needs to be weighed out, let me see how I want to word this. Not every single decision necessitates you sitting on it for a long time. Okay. There are some that do. Okay. And I believe a leader knows when to weigh it out. But there are some that we just need to say yes or no to and move forward with and learn along the way. And oftentimes I call my speed and maybe even my mistakes, I call it oftentimes tuition. It's what it took for me to learn the lesson in that. Now, again, don't hear me wrong. I'm not saying say yes or no immediately, but I'm saying that there are moments that it doesn't take all the rest. Just say yes. Now, a couple of years back, you saw, Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady play each other in the Super Bowl. 2 different quarterbacks, 2 different teams. Now, Tom Brady's style and Patrick Mahomes' playing style and profiles of their career are pretty vastly different. However, they both won enough to get them to the Super Bowl. What this showed me is that oftentimes there are multiple ways to win. There's not only one way all the time. Whether it's this software, that software you move forward with, maybe compare the plans and the perks and all that, but just choose one and move forward. You're trying to decide sometimes between 2 different personnel and they both can bring something to the table. Just choose one, move forward. Okay. Whether you pursue this marketing company or this marketing company, maybe it's time to stop sitting on so many of these things and just move forward. You can win in both ways. Okay. So again, my point is sometimes it doesn't take all the extra stuff. Sometimes it does. Bottom line, sometimes it does. Sometimes you need to get around a lot of counsel. But oftentimes, more than we probably realize, it does not take all that. Okay, so decisiveness, able to be swift and light on feet, being sharp. Okay, number 4, consistency. consistency. Understanding that the mundane, ordinary, consistent moves every day will lead to extraordinary results. Understanding that the ordinary and mundane daily things oftentimes lead to extraordinary results. Okay, so this email follow-up, this, Slack mention and kudos, and we just downloaded on our Slack, I think it's called Matterbot or something like that. We're able to give kudos. Every one of those things matter. It fosters community. Being consistent, in any other mundane endeavors, routine things. I was visiting my parents last weekend, and my dad was at the laptop at the kitchen table, and I just started talking to him, and I realized that he was in the middle of something. And I went over to him and I just said, oh, sir, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. He goes, oh, no. He goes, this is just a routine thing. My dad is very successful. And so it was a routine thing. We need to have these routine things. Okay. These check-ins and this and that and communications and encouraging texts and any other routine, checking in on your number, seeing where your bank account is at. I just bought into an internet platform called Live Plan. It's a living business planning tool, or you can call it software, I guess. It's incredible. So I'm really enjoying that. So just checking in, just knowing where we are, etc. Okay, so just consistent in these little things, but not allowing these little things to just keep you busy. Okay, we'll get into more of that in just a minute. But having a time slot where you just do these routine things, and it's the compound effect. It's trajectory. We've talked about it before. It leads to extraordinary results. Okay. Number 5, discipline. Kind of piggybacking a little bit off of number 4, but discipline. A discipline to learn. Leaders are learners. If you don't like reading, get Audible. If you don't like listening, get a book. Okay. Discipline to learn, to become healthy. You're disciplined in the gym, discipline in, moving your body, discipline in your thought life, discipline in your rest life. Just disciplined. A high-performing leader is a disciplined person. Number 6, productivity. Okay, so just how I alluded to a couple minutes ago, there is a vast difference between being productive and being busy. This is a lesson that I've learned and tried to hold on to the best I could years ago. It's a lesson that changed my life. There's probably some busyness found in being productive, but there's not always production found in busyness. So make sure that you're not just wide and shallow in your endeavors. That's not a high-performing leader. That you are actually productive in moving something forward. You got to know, as a high-performing leader, what exactly drives results. Think about that for a minute. What drives results? Maybe you're a couple little moves away from actually doing something productive, but instead you keep yourself busy for 15 hours a day. You haven't really moved anything forward. You might have nudged it a little bit, but if you just pull back and work on your business sometimes and not just always in it, you might be able to identify what exactly drives results. Okay. Value production over busyness. That's number 6. Number 7, bravery. Bravery, courage. I love this one because this is Valor Coaching Agency. Valor means to have courage and bravery, especially in battle. And if you have been in leadership for more than 18 seconds, you know that leadership takes a brave person. But this is a true value, conviction, a leading principle of a high-performing leader: bravery, willing to take risks and tackle the task. Somebody who moves swift in it. It's the first one to step up. That's a high-performing leader. bravery. Number 8, curiosity. Curiosity. Curiosity as a kid is a good thing. That's why we ask, and why your kids ask why or how or why or how. But we grow up and we grow out of that. And I would even venture to say that that might be a sad thing, because I think we still need to be asking the question how and why and how and why. There's a quote that I love. It said that millions saw the apple fall from the tree, but Newton was the only one who asked why. Millions saw the apple fall from the tree, but Newton was the only one that asked why. I want to encourage you, leader, to continue to ask the question why or how. Be curious about things. Be curious about people. Be curious about life. Be curious about principles, or what's maybe even current in times. Just be curious. Be curious, and not just getting to know people, but getting to know people's principles and lessons and values that drive them. Be curious. Okay, asking the question why and how. Powerful questions. Let's see what you can find. Number 9, composure. I love this one, composure. In challenging moments, we hold our cool. Composure. A high-performing leader. Because somebody that's not high-performing, and maybe even there's a bit of immaturity left in them, they are, and I've struggled with this in the past, we are more reactionary, and we react to every time we see the numbers go down. We react to every time somebody says something about us, in the media, or, Facebook, or face-to-face. So we react to rumors. We react to concerns and worries. We react to challenging moments. But a high-performing leader knows how to hold and keep their cool. Okay, embrace it, process for a moment, and move on. Continue to move forward. Don't react. Okay, we are not reactionary. Okay, composure. And last but not least, coming in at number 10, structure. Structure. You build something to build on. Okay, there's a rhythm to your life. You're organized, you're put together. And this can really be a sub point in a lot of ways to number 5, discipline. But you have a rhythm to your life. You're structured, you're together.